Okay, time to check my creator studio and... Oh. Well, shit. Alright. I guess I'm making that Milestone video today then. Well, f me. We have finally hit 1K subscribers on the YouTube channel, guys. This is a momentous occasion for the channel, and I mean that in the most sincerest of ways. I have never been one for like-whoring or anything of the sort in terms of my notoriety or my fame. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. It is very nice to be appreciated, and it is very nice to be heard. But I have never been one to flaunt my viewership, my subscription status, my viewer retention, my anything. I'm not a braggy person in general. I'm just not very... I try as best as I can, at least, to not be an egocentric person. However, facts are facts, and I have hit 1K subscribers, and now there's a couple of things that I need to address with you guys, because there are a number of changes that can happen now. This has been a certain particular key milestone on the YouTube platform for partnership, for example. And that's just one of the many different things that I would like to go over. Well, maybe not many, I'd say like 2 or 3. Before we get into that, however, I do want to throw a couple of graphs on screen just so that you guys can kind of see what I am seeing from over in the creator studio. So, let's get on that one first. First up is my lifetime views by video. I want you guys to sink it in to your thought process right now. Exactly how short of a time period ago that my channel actually started seeing anything regarding its actual growth, its actual traffic in general. Everything started around 2019, specifically when I made the Revisiting Starbound in 2019 video. This was the initial spike of notoriety to my channel, is with that particular video. I believe this was in March. I don't have the cursor that I can see right now. After this, in April, was when we started our Lobotomy Corporation playthrough, and that much should be very fucking apparent. By the way, my first video for Lobotomy Corporation has now hit, I think, 4,300 views at this point, which is asinine. That is absolutely asinine how many views that has. I haven't checked that one in a while, but dear God. You guys are psychopaths. Seriously, you guys are absolute psychopaths. Everybody who devours all of this Project Moon content from people and shit, like, I love you guys. With all of my heart, absolutely, because you are the reason why the channel is where it is right now, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Usually some snarky person is going to pop into my comment section after that and say, "No, you did it, Fox, you're entertaining, that's why we stay here." But you're still here, though, is the point of the matter. You have an option to watch me or anybody else. There are other entertaining people that do PM content, and you continually pop into my channel and such. And again, that just means more to me than you could even fucking begin to comprehend, especially those of you who chill out on the Discord and talk to me and whatnot. Like, it is a fantastic viewer-to-creator relationship that we have here, and I love it. The next metric that you would see for the major jump that we wound up getting would be the Revisiting Boundless in 2019 video, which was obviously done as an extension to seeing how good that my Revisiting Starbound in 2019 video did. And it did almost as good, to be honest with you. It was a bit of a sleeper game that I really enjoyed, and I got back into both Starbound and Boundless as a result of the way that those videos were going. And if you guys are really upset about the fact that I never finished that Starbound playthrough, all I can say is I do have a Starbound project in the works. Just wait for it. Trust me, I have a surprise on the horizon for you guys. I will be getting back into Starbound very soon, within the next few months, without a doubt. So just stay tuned on that one. We're going back into it. I just can't say anything about it yet. After that, of course, is our Library of Ruina What is Engagement video. That is a big one for the channel right there. A lot of people are very well aware of that video, and I was surprised, to be honest with you. There are people who even reference it. To be honest, I never expected to, or wanted to be honest with you, be that kind of a person that was used as a reference for things. Mostly because then that's when you're really open to scrutiny, and I don't care to super dissect my shit. I am no authoritarian on the subject. I just find myself a little better at wording things than the average bear, you know what I mean? But these were the major spikes that we had in the channel, and if we move over to the next slide that I have here, these are the subscriptions lifetime, all the way from the beginning of the channel, man. Like, this is everything. Holy shit. You can see the massive chunk, again, from about when we started the Lobotomy Corporation playlist. That was when the trend started. And it was very quiet before that point. There are pops up in here, like here and there, throughout the timeline, but that's really about it. And just so that you guys are aware of just how long ago I started this on my YouTube channel, by the way, way back at the beginning, this innocuous little jump at the beginning, which is mostly friends and family when I had started, was my first ever upload on September 7th. It is my disclaimer video, and I'm gonna actually play that in the background at some point during this video because I want to rewatch that and make an addendum to that video. That is what the next video I think is that I'm going to do, is an addendum to my disclaimer and put it onto my YouTube channel, like for the featured video. Because this was kind of a momentous thing for me when I was going into YouTubing in the first place. It was like my introduction, and this is why I'm here, and these are declarations that I want to adhere to. But it needs to be fixed up now, because I'm literally looking at it in a very different light than I did before. Particularly with the YouTube partnership thing as well, and I need to read the terms on that one before I do anything. But yeah, this is where it started, guys, was September 7th, way back then, 7 years ago. That is fucking crazy. And I crunched the math for you guys, too, on top of it, just in case you were curious about that, because I wanted to see how it has dropped over time with my dropping of upload frequency lately. I did the math of how many videos that I have done from the start of my channel, which is 1,097 videos since September 7th, whatever, 2014. And I divided it, so here's the thing, you take 365, so every one of those days times 7, which is 2555, and then I divided the number of videos I've done by that metric, so it'll tell you about how many videos that you produce a day doing that, which is 0.429, which means that I average out to like 2.5, a video every 2.5 days. For 7 years, that is consistent as fuck, guys. You have no idea how consistent that is. I have put up a video on my channel every 2 to 3 days for 7 years on average. And I don't think I have ever gone longer than, like, I think a month is the maximum that I did one singular time. But I try to not go longer than, like, 2 weeks or a week without putting a video up, and I have kept that same momentum for 7 years. I pride myself on my consistency. That is one thing that I definitely pride myself on with this channel. And mind you, ironically, this was done before I had a good viewership. It feels, ironically, the trend, the way that it has worked, I have uploaded less now that I have people that watch me, so go figure. Alas, however, I am starting to go on a bit of a tear here and a tangent in a different direction, so point of the milestone video here. I just want you guys to kind of take a look at the history of this. Again, I am not trying to rub my analytics in anybody's face. There are people who do far better than I do who never look at this shit. That's how unimportant their analytics is. And honestly, I try not to tie myself to the numbers because comparisons to other people are one of the main things to stop yourself from being motivated in a thing. You need to stop looking at the numbers of it, and that was one thing that I got in my mind at a very early start with doing this, is I didn't like comparing myself to other people. It's a weirdly healthy mindset, and that's the best way that I can really explain that one to you. But going forward with this channel, there are a number of different things that need to be done. I'm probably going to be putting more commissions into work for things that I want to get done. I want to get, for example, I need emotes for the server, and preferably for the Twitch side of things. I don't know if there's an exclusivity clause inside of the YouTube partnership sign-off, so I don't know if I'm going to be stuck to streaming only to YouTube if I were to be a partner on YouTube. So I don't know how that's going to work out for you guys later on down there. Like I said, I need to read up on what the actual terms are when it comes to this, to know what I am diving into before I do it. I'm going to redo my disclaimer video 100%. I want to do that and put new terms in there about things that I will do, that I won't do, etc. And just kind of revamp it, make it look nicer, not in 480p for a change. Dear God, those were dark days when I had to record in 480p. You guys should take a look at some of my older videos, to be honest with you. I know that that's, like, kind of stretching it right there, but, like, if you guys care about the roots of the channel, even if you're not a big RPG horror person, at least take a look at my abridged series of, like, the earlier games that I had done, like Misao and Ebe. Because I watched those and I begin to realize I really haven't changed that much in 7 years with the way that my dialogue works on those videos, man. I was watching my Misao abridged video maybe 30 minutes ago, and I was like, wow, this is like the same structure that I use now, what the hell? It's just, it sounds cleaner, I have better equipment for it. The other thing that I need to figure out soon as well is we're hitting a point where we have a decent amount of traffic for streams, and we have a decent amount of people that are popping in and out of the channel, and I have received the question not even just once, like several times from people now at this point, involving a donation option for the channel. I had never considered putting donations on my channel, plain and simply because my mindset for it was I would appear that I was jumping the gun, that I was being greedy, and just leaving that option, even if I never pushed it. Having the option of there being a donate button on a very small channel just seemed like it was like me keeping my hand out, but, you know, like, give me the money. Give me the money, Wazowski. But being super fucking passive-aggressive about it, and we are now at a point where I don't care enough about them. And honestly, if you guys wanted to donate things towards, like, I'm probably going to get a Patreon set up specifically. I want to do something that isn't like a super chat, just so that's there. However, if I wind up being a partner on YouTube, super chats will probably be a thing as well. I need to look into it. I need to get an AdSense account for that stuff. Again, I need to look into things, and I need to be super careful about copyright when that happens, by the way. But, because then it will officially be for money. When, if I do the partnership as well, guys, I don't really want to put ads in my videos, even regardless. So I don't know how that's going to really affect anything on views and non-views. So I don't think it's going to really change the metric that much on viewership, because I've not been a partner ever, and I do see quite a bit of spikes. And there are a lot of people that are popping in and out of the channel. So I think I'm going to grow regardless of ads or not. I just care enough about you guys not having to see that shit. That's really what it comes down to. And I don't know how many of you guys actually pay for YouTube Plus or whatever the hell that it is to not have ads. But yes, in any case, those are the main things that I just wanted to discuss with you guys. Possible partnership on the horizon. I need to read terms before I sign off on anything because I am not a fool. I do not sign off on things. I have gotten offers emailed to me through YouTube already, quite a few, and like a long time ago even, that were like people that wanted to partner up with me from other studios to quote-unquote help smaller creators to sign. I don't just sign contracts. I do read them. I do read my terms, and I take that shit very seriously. So, especially when it comes to something that is just a hobby for me as well. Even if it's a non-hobby, you just always read your contracts, guys. Always read your contracts. But, like, it is something that I take very seriously with that, and I want to know exactly what I can and can't do if I become a partner before I wind up doing so. It's going to take some research to do it. The other thing, of course, is our commissions stuff for getting more things going. I want to get more artwork done of Vincent. By the way, if you guys did not know, the RPG Fox that you see on the screen, his name is Vincent. I don't actually really consider myself as literally being the model on screen. He just kind of represents me. That's really about it. So you could say that he's a bit of an extension of me, but no, I've given him a name. His name is Vincent. Vincent the Silver Fox. Yes. We also need to get some emotes going for that as well. I feel like emotes will be a lot cheaper, so I'll probably ask about that one first from my artist, and then we'll go from there. And then after that, the only other real thing that's the topic, just to summarize again, is the donation stuff. I need to get a Patreon going. There are a lot of other things that I need to do as well, because fucking A, I was supposed to make a Bandcamp forever ago and migrate all of my music from Newgrounds, all of my shit that's on Cubase. It's so hard, because there are so many different things that I need to do, and the ADHD fucking demotivational shit starts kicking in, and then it's so hard to, like, focus on it sometimes, man. But this has been a crazy 2 years, guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This channel has been a crazy, crazy trip for 2 years, and I just wanted to go down memory lane with you guys for a little while regarding that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the disclaimer video here so that you guys can see what I was like when I started this channel, okay? These are thoughts from a man just starting out on YouTube, recording on a Toshiba satellite laptop that didn't have anything that I needed. I wasn't even running OBS for recording software. We're not going to talk about the software I used, though, because I don't know if I got it legitimately or not, and I'm not going to talk about it. So, yeah, that's really all that I wanted to say. Just thank you guys so much. I can't thank you guys enough for what you have done for me, for what you have done to further the growth of this channel, for sticking around, for popping around on the Discord, for giving me your time and your attention, for making me feel relevant. That's really the best way that I can explain that, and that just, it sounds like I'm being, like, super hard on myself or depressing, but I mean that in the most sincerest of ways. Thank you for making me feel like a relevant part of your day. God, that kind of got to me right there. That came from the heart, guys. So, on that note, I will see you later. Take it easy. I'll be around the Discord channel later on today as well. I just have another project that I need to get going. Probably going to start recording a bit of RimWorld today so I can start editing it. So, take it easy, guys. This is my disclaimer video from 2014. 21-year-old RPG Fox.
Hello, folks. Silent Deviant here. I figured that I was gonna do a Let's Play channel. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. I haven't quite had the computer to do it, though. But I do have a computer that's able to handle recording certain games that don't require too much, and I'm beginning to get very eager on doing it, and it's taking a while to be able to get the money that I need for a good computer for some better stuff, but that'll probably come later down the line if I actually stick with it. So, yeah. I decided one of the first things that I wanted to do with my channel is that, well, first off, I'm the type of person where I am fairly stubborn about doing things a certain way and not repeating myself. I like to set up lines. The sort of do not cross, if you will, of things that just will be set certain ways, and I like to set up my boundaries ahead of time, so I figured I was going to make a disclaimer video that I can use for reference later on down the line if need be. If anybody mentions something before, you know, assuming that I actually do pick up like quite a few fans or something further down the line, I'm not really expecting it. I want to do a Let's Play channel because I want to do a Let's Play channel. It's nothing more than that. I like to play games. I figure I know a fair know-how now on how to set up some sort of a recording thing in which I can play my games and actually share that experience with other people. I was very much against Let's Plays from the very get-go when I first figured out about them, to be quite honest with you, because it seemed to be a thing where a lot of people liked it just to watch the reaction of somebody getting scared on a certain game, and it was 9 times out of 10 somebody who was really irritating and just screaming in front of a mic for other people. So, one of the first things that I'm going to set up right now is, number one, my Let's Play channel. The type of one that I'm going to set up is one of my main rules. Everything's going to be just about as real as I can be, really. I've been the type of person where even on the internet, whether or not anybody wants to believe me, it's their own opinion. I don't like to fake the type of person that I am. Everything that I am online as well as in real life is as real as I try to present it, or as I can possibly make it. It always has been that way, so what you see for reactions and whatnot, I might try to embellish it every now and again just to try to make it more enjoyable for the audience, but for the most part, everything that you're going to see on this channel is going to be real. I'm not going to play, you know, Slender and keep going over and over and over again until I beat it. I hate games like that anyway, and I'll go over that in a little bit, but I'm going to play games that I would enjoy to play, you know, for other people. I might go a little out of my way if it's like a request or something like that and it's a decent game. I might give it a try. Who knows? I'm up to suggestion, but I'll do it, and my reactions to things are going to be just about as real as it could possibly be. I'm not just going to play a scary game, you know, fake that I'm shitting my pants when I'm really not, in reality, just to get views on YouTube. I'm not that type of person. I don't care. I will never be a YouTube partner. That is going to be a guaranteed thing, even if that becomes a possibility in the future. Number 2, I'm not going to play crap indie horror games. Like, in my opinion, I really don't like Slender that much. I really don't. It got a pretty big hit in the community, and it was a decent creepypasta. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty scary at times, but just the actual mechanics of the game seemed rather raw and repetitive for me. Many games are like that. I'm just not a big fan of wander around aimlessly kind of games. And find things, you know, and just wait for jump scares and stuff. It's very boring to me over time, and I can only play them for a very short period of time despite the amount of horror and jump scares and stuff that are in it that are, you know, because I do enjoy a good scare every now and again. Yeah, I won't be playing Amnesia, by the way, if you couldn't already pick that up. Amnesia, it is a good game, I'll give it that, but it's not my kind of game at all whatsoever. Too many custom stories, I've seen too much about the game, it doesn't really pique my curiosity that much. It's not very enjoyable for me to play. I might pick it up later on down the line, maybe, but for the most part, no, probably not, alright? And number 3, I will not, under any circumstance, I will definitely draw this little line right now, is I will never ask or suggest anybody to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, anything like that at all whatsoever. This is not a like horror page at all whatsoever. It's not going to be anything like that. Come by, join me in playing some video games, you know, watch me do this, and I don't know, you might get some laughs, some scares, maybe, who knows, you know, just come along for the ride and enjoy it, you know. There's a couple of inspirations, apparently I can't talk today, that I've had for wanting to make a Let's Play channel, honestly. Like, I was totally against it until I found a couple of people that were pretty good at it, mainly that I enjoy Markiplier and Cryotic very much for Let's Players. Cry's a very real person from what I've seen, and I do very much enjoy that. You know, he's more of like a laid-back, you want to get a good enjoyment out of like a story or something like that, you know, kind of like more of a thinking sort of thing. Markiplier, I must admit, is a little more entertaining, in that if you want something funny or scary or something like that, you're going to get that with him. You're going to get a lot of emotion with Mark. He's a cool guy, and he's gotten all very big, and I've kind of tried avoiding him a little bit because of how big he's been getting and all of that other stuff. It seems like a lot of things that he does on his page and stuff. And I'm not throwing stones. Trust me, you know, I love the guy to death. He seems amazing. I know nothing about the guy in real life, but it just seems that, like, a lot of the things now compared to how they used to be, it's kind of like blown out of proportion a little bit. Tries to. But, you know, what can you do when you're that big? You know, he's pretty big on YouTube now, so I hope I don't get that big. I really don't. You know, having a couple of subs, that'll be cool if I do. You know, whatever. Join me in playing some games once again, and, you know, I'm gonna stick for now towards RPG horror games. It seems to be the only thing that I can run. I can run Gary's mod. I might do a couple of Final Fantasy XI Let's Plays. Probably with my friend Javon that I've known for many years on the game as well. And if I do that, you know, it is an old and very much dead MMO game. I'm a very big MMO gamer. I enjoy them a lot. I don't put nearly as much time into them as I could, though, but that's fine. You know? It's especially difficult with working, though, but I'm going to try to put some recording time into getting videos up every now and again. I'll try to keep that I'll try to keep that a constant flow throughout time with editing. I'm kind of at a bare minimum right now, but you know, if it gets good and it's something that I want to do, I'll probably wind up putting money into this sort of a thing and getting better equipment, better software, and all of that other stuff. You know, who knows? So, right after this, I'm going to start working on my first Let's Play. It's going to be Misao, and it's a game that a friend of mine named Sekrin, who I met in an MMO as well, a long time ago in Vindictus, if anybody is familiar with that one. And he told me, hey, you know what, you should check this out. And it was a pretty decent sounding game. Not at the time to me, because I was kind of biased against RPG horrors. I didn't think that they could be scary or good, but I gave them a try after a while and found out they have some really good storylines in comparison to certain other games that I've played before with horror. A lot of people don't establish a very good storyline with it, and it kind of just destroys the immersion of the game altogether for me, so I do enjoy RPG horrors quite a bit for that. What they are, they kind of have to have a good storyline going, so we're going to go with Misao. I'm going to definitely have him look at that as well, and then he can see what my reactions are. I'm not going to have a face cam for now. I'm going to be pretty anonymous, and I'll keep it that way for a while. I might do face cams in the future, especially if I wind up doing things like Gary's mod and stuff. So that'll be it for now, and yeah, this concludes my disclaimer video. Thank you for watching.